search for facts goes in circles. I find a fact and follow it back to its source, only to find every new telling contaminated. Who first brought the bison back to the Flathead Reservation? A white trader named Charles Aubrey inserted himself into history by recording his story. In the year 1877, I was located at the Marias River and engaged in the Indian trade. Among the Pend d'Oreille Indians from across the mountains was a man whose Christian name was Sam. He was known to the Blackfeet as Short Coyote. A rather comely girl had attracted the attention of Sam, and she became his wife. I told him very frankly that he had made a mistake. I said to him, "You are a strong Catholic, and your church does not permit polygamous marriages." He feared he would be punished by the fathers of St. Ignatius' mission. I thought there was still a chance to make peace with the soldier band of his tribe by getting a pardon from the fathers. I then suggested he rope some buffalo calves and then give them as a peace offering to the fathers of the mission. Sam herded his buffalo with the milk stock for 5 days, resting and making arrangements for his trip across the mountains. 7 head in all is my recollection of the bunch. I afterward learned that immediately upon his arrival upon the reservation, he was arrested and severely flogged. In the course of time, I heard of Sam's death, passing away peacefully in his lodge. Other tellings of Sam's story seep into my consciousness as I wade deeper into newspapers and websites. Racism oozing between every word. They describe Walking Coyote's meeting with Charles Allard and Michel Pablo, who bought the bison calves. They speak of him brooding over gleaming piles of wealth. They record his death as a less than heroic exit under a Missoula bridge, resulting from a drinking spree, and one that matched the spirit in which he had lived and captured the calves that were now prospering on the rich grasslands of the Flathead. The words sit like bile in my mouth. Walking Coyote's legacy as a drunk, greedy Indian became entrenched in the dominant archive. I wonder if the tendrils of Aubrey's story have made their way into others. Did interviewers seek out those that would corroborate their stories? Or did the keepers of more profound knowledge withhold it for fear of contamination? In 1978, when he was 87 years old, Pend d'Oreille elder and historian Mose Chute recorded the story of how bison returned to the Flathead Reservation. I will let Mose Chute's words speak for themselves. While I was growing up, I heard this told by many elders. It is about a man called Atatis. While on a hunt, several buffalo followed their camp, and so in the evening the men went into the teepee. The chiefs were smoking. Atatis said, "Hello, I've come to ask you, my chiefs. I think that it would be good if we took these buffalo back to our land to live there." Some of the chiefs said, "That's exactly right." And some chiefs said, "If we take them back to our land, we will be tied down. We will not be able to go anywhere. We will just be in one place as we gather our food." The chiefs disagreed with each other. Half of them said yes, and the other half said no. After 3 days, the council remained at an impasse. And out of respect for the tribal need for consensus on major decisions, Atatis withdrew his proposal. As he mounted his horse, he waved at these buffalo, like sending them to different parts of the prairies. Atatis said to the buffalo, "It will be up to each of us whatever happens to you and whatever happens to me. That is all." And all these buffalo turned towards the east, the rising sun. They were going away, and Atatis cried. Atatis' son, Latati, having the same deep connection to the buffalo as his father, renewed his father's request to capture the calves in the 1870s. The council, seeing the effects of the unchecked settler slaughter on the buffalo, approved Latati's plan. 6 calves were brought over the mountain range. They soon flourished and became 12. Latati's mother, meanwhile, remarried Samuel Walking Coyote. While Latati was away, 2 people went to see Samuel. One was called Charles Allard, and the other man was called Michel Pablo. These 2 men met with him and told Samuel, "We've come to buy your buffalo." Samuel said, "Okay, it will be so." Latati returned to his house. All the buffalo were gone. He asked his mother, "Where are my buffalo?" And his mother told him, "Your stepfather sold them." And Latati cried,